You can see me now. Hi, and welcome to Dommy Tries This. I hope you brought your cuppa. Today we are hot stuffing with some cinnamon vanilla tea. Oh, this is a tea that I normally use to mix with other teas, but it does occasionally make a really good tea on its own. As you can see, we have a whole new setup. I am trying to work with my phone's camera for video recording right now because I really want to have a clearer picture, and the webcam, I just could not figure out how to make those videos clearer, especially once they uploaded, because they looked fine on the computer, but once they uploaded into YouTube, it was a mess. I've put together a setup to hold the phone. It is very, very precarious and jury-rigged, and if you saw it, you'd be as nervous about it as I am. But hopefully it'll work out a little better once I figure out about where the camera lens is, because this is my third filming of this video because I'm still working on that damn camera lens. Anyway, so today we are going to unbox January's Lola Beauty Box. Yes, it finally got here. Very glad to see it. I have opened it. Like I said, this is the third filming, but I also opened it to check because we received an email from the company stating that a number of customers did not receive a palette that was supposed to be in their boxes, and if we didn't receive that, we had to contact them. And indeed, I don't have the palette. They are supposed to send it out to the people who missed it, either separately or in the next box. So whenever it comes, if it ends up being part of the next box, actually we'll just make it part of the next box, even if it comes by itself. That will give me enough time to play with it and be able to get back to you on it. And speaking of getting back to you on things, we have unfinished business with Lola in December. We received 5 items in December, and let's just get into how I felt about them after working with them for a month. And I'm going to start with my favorite item in the box. We all know Dommy loves a big fluffy brush, and they gave us the Crown powder brush. I love this brush. This has become my setting powder brush. I use it every day, and it's kind of clean because it's been sitting aside waiting for me to do this video. But I'm so glad I'm going to be able to put it back in my collection now to use. I've missed it. This is soft. It is sturdy. This made last month's box worth it practically by itself. Now, granted, the box is $21 a month, and this is like a $15, $19 brush. But this alone, I'm really happy with the box just for this. Most of the other items, not as happy with. Although there is another one I'm keeping that made the value of the box, basically. And for me, any box is a decent box if the items I keep and want to use regularly equal the value of what I'm paying. So since this is a $21 box, the items that I use have to come up to at least $21 for me to see the value of the box. So let's get into the other items that were where one of them was okay and the others not quite so okay. Anyway, so they sent a Laritzi new palette. This is a bunch of browns. You get 12 colors. Now, a number of people on YouTube have complained, and in other places have complained about the smell or the texture or the pigmentation of these. I have not had that problem. Some of them are obviously more pigmented than others. I think the colors are fairly decent. They're fairly good. I used it several times and it showed up on my eyes. I got it to work just fine with, primer. The problem for me is it's browns. One, I'm tired of the neutral brown thing that everybody and their mother and their cousin is doing right now. I'm a brown girl. Browns just don't, they have to be certain shades of browns. They had a couple in here that were on the orangey or red side. But for the most part, most of these colors just don't do much for me. Secondly, a significant portion of these, the majority of these, there's like only 4 shimmers in here. The rest of them are mattes, and I'm a shimmer girl. With my glasses and stuff, they hide my eyes a lot, and I find that shimmers help them stand out better. So this is going to go in my Project Beauty Share box, which I've mentioned before. Project Beauty Share takes gently used makeup, and it takes personal items and makeup bags and things like that for women who can't afford those things, who can't afford beauty boxes, or can't afford to go into a store and find makeup and things to feel good and be pretty and go to work looking good. So this is going to go in there. Not because it's a bad palette. I don't think it's a bad palette. It's actually an okay palette. I don't think I would, even if the colors were different, I don't think I would pay the $39 or whatever it was that this was from Larizzi. But that said, it hasn't been a bad palette for me. It's just the color scheme doesn't work for me. So Project Beauty Share for that. Another thing that didn't work for me is the Project Beauty Hair Smoothing Yogurt Hair Mask. Now, this is in Strawberry Banana, and I do like the scent. It's very sweet. It's a strawberry banana. As you can see, it's a whitish to light pink color. It's very smoothing. However, it didn't do anything for my hair. This was my first experience with a mask, and I received a mask in my Ipsy, and I was like, I don't know, because of my experience with this mask. It didn't do anything for my hair. It felt like an extra step that I didn't need because it didn't do anything. So that's going to go to Project Beauty Share as well. Next item we received was the Ritual of Deo Soothing Night Balm. This is a hand cream. It's a very, very thick hand cream, as you can see. You do not need to use a lot of it for anything. It works very well. I found that I tried it on my hands, and it really worked on my cuticles nicely. It did a very good job with that, but I will be keeping this and I will be using it, but not for my hands, because for me, it was too heavy on my hands. I could feel it on my hands. And like my makeup on my face, honestly, when I use a lotion on my hands, I want it to soak in, and I don't want to have to feel it. I want it to do its job invisibly. And I don't feel like that this did its job invisibly. I will use it. I did find that it does help my cuticles, and I will use it on my knees. It has done a wonderful job of smoothing out my knees and removing a lot of the dryness. If you don't mind a heavy cream, hand cream, this might be for you. It's just, for me, it's just going to be for my knees. I probably could try it on my feet, but I got stuff for my feet that I like to use. Now, the last item, I don't actually have the full size. What I have is a mini that I got in another box. I gave the full size because the full size was a very similar color. It wasn't the same color as this one or the other one or two that I have from Tarte. But it was a very similar color, so I had given it to a friend who didn't have any makeup. And kind of glad I did that. Not just for her sake, but I'm going to use these, my little ones up, and then I think I have mentioned before in a previous video that I'm no longer buying from Tarte. So I'm using up all of the products from Tarte, and then I'm done. I'm not supporting a company that has had several incidents with racism in terms of their social media, in terms of product releases. If you can't get behind the brown girls, this brown girl ain't going to support you. So I'm done. But I do like their formula. So if you don't have that problem, you may want to try it. But I personally will not support Tarte anymore. So that was last month's box. And my mild rant continued, part 2. So let's get into this month's box. Like I said, I have looked at these. So one of my reactions is not going to be as wow as it was in the other film that I did. But let's go ahead and get into January's box. So January's box is This Is Your Year to Sparkle 2018. Now this card has all the products on it and their prices, but I'm going to set this aside even though I've seen everything already. And like I said, also one of my products is missing and probably will be in my February box. So we'll see. So I'm going to grab the big item out first. And this is a Feel Brilliant Bamboo Charcoal Facial Sheet Mask set. There is a set of 4 in here. Now, I still haven't tried a sheet mask. I got some with my last Ipsy and I haven't tried them. They are oh, wonderful. Somebody has brought along their thing to vacuum or spray or something. Joy. We will continue and try to get through this as quickly as possible. Anyway, I have some masks from Ipsy that I haven't tried yet. They are primer masks for getting your face ready for makeup. And even though they're only 5 minutes, I just don't think about them because I'm not used to doing a mask before putting on my makeup. I do like charcoal masks. I have an Origins clay charcoal mask for your pores, for clearing, your pore clearing. Origins pore clearing charcoal, activated charcoal mask. I'll have it down in the box below. That I really love. So I love charcoal masks. I love what they do to my face. I love what they make my face look like. So I'm actually really interested in giving these a try when I'm not going to be doing makeup and having to waste time on something else before the makeup. So let's do that. This is a Karina Lash Splash mascara, and it's got, the packaging is really neat. It's in a teardrop shape and it kind of tapers down on the bottom. And this says it's in Catwalk. I didn't notice that before. So I already know that I'm really interested in this because it's got the kind of brush I like. Look at that. I like curved brushes. The straight brushes kind of drive me crazy. I always feel like I'm going to poke my eye out with a straight brush. That is not as curved as my Great Lash curved brush, but I'm really excited to give that a try. And with mascaras, if I'm going to get a full size, I'd much rather get it in a box or something of that nature, because mascaras, they're too expensive to buy a full size only to have to throw it out in 3 months. So if I'm going to have a full size, I'd rather get it free. If I'm going to pay for it, I'm going to buy a mini. That's just how it is. And this is Doucce. You see that? Very pretty packaging. You do that, pops it out, and then there's your lipstick. And this is a kind of an orangey nude color. It's a bit on the really orangey side for me, but I'm willing to give that a try and see how I like it. Interesting. And finally, this is from RMS. This is a nail polish, and holy cow, it's orange. Peach, really peach, kind of a light peach. Not a color I would normally go for on my own. You can see that it is very peachy. Interested in giving it a try. The good thing about this is it looks like it's really light, so it'd be kind of like putting a light pink, only peach, on my nails. It'll be interesting to try. This is the one that I had the whole wow reaction to when I first pulled it out the first time that I did it. But it's just not a color. I've seen colors like this in the store, and it's just not a color that I would normally reach for. So we'll have to see how it works. It's peach. I don't know. I tend to avoid oranges because oranges tend to turn me kind of sallow, but hopefully on your nails. As you can see, I'm trying to get fancy with my nails. Hopefully on your nails it's a little different. So yeah, peach. We'll try the peach. I'm gonna put that down now. Anyway, so that's it for our January Lola box. And that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed your sit down with me. I hope you sipped along with your cuppa. Oh, love the tea, love the tea. And that's it. Long day. I'm really having trouble today for some reason getting the filming done. Anyway, I hope you have a nice day. And if you like what you've seen, please subscribe. Click the button below. Other than that, hope you have a great day, great evening,